Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is British Guy Gaming, and today I'm going to be going over why Telos is the worst planet in KOTOR 2. So, many people deem Paragus as the worst planet or level in the entire game. Now, I have previously made a video about why it's actually a really good planet. Some people agree, some people disagree, you know, it's just how it is. Everyone has their opinions. However, Telos, in my opinion, is by far the worst. It's the second planet we ever visit, and we return to it all the time. And I'm going to tell you exactly why this is the worst planet in KOTOR 2. So the first time we actually arrive to Telos is straight after we destroy Paragus, or Sion destroys Paragus. And we're instantly locked away, and we're thrown into a fight with the fake Party Rem. And all it really does is double down the fact that Jedi are being hunted. Just in case it wasn't clear, after, you know, a robot killed an entire planet trying to kill us. But, you know, apparently that wasn't clear enough. Also, we're introduced to the Telos security force and Lieutenant Gren, who, you know, is useless. And then, you know, he just is. He lets someone break into a hangar. I say break into, walk into a hangar and steal our ship. That was under lockdown because we were arrested. So within the first 5 to 10 minutes of this game, or this planet even, we have a terrible security force, and we have a pointless encounter with a bounty hunter, who just, to note, you know, the side quest where you get to find out what happened to the real Batu Rem, doesn't lead anywhere, has no conclusion, he's just gone somewhere. Shit. However, we are then introduced to your typical light side, dark side factions. So we have the Euphorians, who are like, let's save the planet, they're the good guys, and we have Czerka, who are the evil, going to destroy the planet, and we need to stop them, you know, a returning evil faction, like in KOTOR 1, with Kashyyyk. I feel, words. The Euphorians also say they can help us, which unsurprisingly pisses off Kira? Kreia? God, it's been a long day. So the final good thing about Czerka actually being, you know, the rival of the Euphorians, you know, they're from the last game that were on Korriban, the Sith planet, they were slavers. It makes you want to side with the Euphorians because you know just how bad Czerka are, which, you know, is quite decent. So for the Euphorian side of the story is what we're going to start with this planet on. They live in their own area, so, you know, you got to go to their little area, their loading screen. And they are doing their best to try and get that useless security force to stop Czerka. And we know they're useless at this point, so we know that doesn't happen. But we go to the hangar, get their droid, we're approached by Czerka again, we're told not to side with them, and then we get attacked by some group. Standard things. We're then asked to make a choice, so, you know, you're not forced into you've just done the Euphorians first, you've touched them first, you've got to do them. You have a choice right now whether you really want to be Euphorians or Czerka. But we are going to continue with the Euphorians. So we take them back, and we then have to infiltrate the exchange and ask them to stop hurting the Euphorians. But the leader doesn't want us to hurt the exchange. So, you know, that we already know that's not going to work. Like, they're killers, they're thieves, and he's like, oh, but please be nice. So, you know, always a good character when they refuse to show any type of spine. But I guess the bright side of, you know, you pick the Euphorians, you don't have to do Luxar's side quests, which, I'll be honest, are so boring. But we'll be going on to that when we talk about Czerka. But it does save you about 20 minutes not having to do them, which is always good, because it's a terrible planet. But, so we kill the exchange, because you have to, and Moser gets really depressed, and he's really sad about it. And then, you know, we decide, do we want to side with Luxar, who we have to kill anyway, or Slusk, who 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to kill anyway. So, you know, it really highlights the exchange part, that our choices mean nothing in this game. Like, they're pointless. But yeah, we go to the Euphorians, and they're like, wow, how could you kill them? But, you know, oh well. And then they just continue like it didn't mean anything. So, you know, pointless. They ask us to go steal Czerka information from their mainframe, which leads us to playing as a droid. Now, earlier I said, oh, we've just saved 20 minutes skipping this Luxar thing. This part's going to take you 20 minutes because the droid walks like a snail. Luckily, there is a glitch. I've made a video on that as well, where you can just wall breach the mainframe, steal it, so when you do the mainframe mission, you just don't have to walk away. You can just talk to him, and you know, you move on with your day. Now, after we steal from Czerka, and we go to the Euphorian ship, halfway there, so just before you go to the entertainment area, you get a comm message saying we're being attacked, you need to come back and you need to help us. Now, this is a fun thing you may not know. You don't have to go back. You can just ignore their cries for help and just run to their ship and just completely skip that fight. Now, the game doesn't like that, and apparently it glitches out, but, you know, if you just never go back there, it's fine. You can skip that fight. However, you know, story-wise, if you do go back, you're going to get your 5 extra force points it gives you, and that is it. Pointless. Just doubles down that Czerka's bad. That's all it is. Now, for the Czerka side of the story, for the most part, it is identical. You do the droid, you do the exchange, there's a big fight in their area, you leave for a shuttle. Bright side is you don't have to droid the mission, but you do have to do the Luxar quests. Bright side, you do get credits out of doing her side quests, but they are pretty boring. They're just run and go fetch something, come back, run and go fetch something, come back, kind of shit. But you know, they're not peace delusional, and they do give you back rewards, which is always nice. I guess the only issue you can say of this, there is a glitch where you can never side with Czerka because the games will just crash every time you go into their fight area. Now, look, I've slated how bad the, you know, Telos is. So far, you think, oh, it can't possibly get worse. Well, you know, we're about to talk about the Telos service, which is, and I will bet my entire 380 subscriber YouTube channel on this, the worst level on pretty much any game I've played. And this is one of my favourite games of all time. I hate this area with a passion. So, let's say you sided with Czerka, right? They know you're going to the surface, which makes this really weird. You get shot down by Czerka. Just think about that. You've done all this, they've sent you away, and then they've shot you down straight away. It's stupid. But you know what? We're just going to move on from that part. So, we get shot down, we crash, and we're introduced to Beodur. Mr. Glass himself with his little remote. He calls us General, we work out we have a pass, but that's all we kind of get from him from now. So, you know, he is somewhat intriguing. You know, he's being hunted by Czerka, you know him, or he knows you. So, you know, you do want to engage with him a bit, which is nice. But they are now forced to bring him with us on this mission with, you know, Atton and Kreia. Issue here is Beodur is weak as fuck. This man just dies. It makes it such a slugfest and so much longer that every time you're in a fight, he gets battered, he gets downed, he's just really, really weak. And this area is just too long. Like, the first thing you do, you sprint over, you fight some mercenaries. You sprint a few more meters, you fight a droid. You sprint a few more meters, you fight some mercenaries. Or side quest people. That's a nice little change, the only thing that makes that interesting. You walk about 12 feet, you get told you can hide from the next attack, you can just walk around them, until you bump into a minefield, where you're being shot with turrets, so you may not take your time, but you do have to rush. So, you know, that's a bit shit. Because, you know, let's say you run through, or you can run around, you just round the edge of the mines, you won't hit them. Your allies, however, will sprint into them head on and lose most of their health. So even if you get through to the next area, you're going to have to either wait for them to heal or use med packs and waste your time. Now, the next area is kind of nice. It's kind of cool, I guess, but it's the military base, the main Czerka camp, in which you just kill everyone to find out you need to travel to the polar region. Beodur calls the TSL stupid. You know, it's just Czerka. You find out who snitched on you in Czerka, so that's they don't like you. You can't find out whatever they're doing. So they do give some background to why they shot you down, but it's still kind of stupid. But we then enter the military base, which is filled with so much gas. And what that does is it just slows you down and makes this level even fucking longer. Like, think that you've just done the same repetitive fight like 8 times. But now you're going to get gassed, so you're going to have to either go out of your way and waste time or sprint through the gas, get poisoned, and then wait to heal. it's shit. But you know, you have found out Bayador has a cool shield melting ability. It's useless for the rest of the game. You don't use it again. You never use that shield ability again. There's not one point. I've got, I'd say, over 1,000 hours in this game where I've gone, thank God I brought Bayador to disable this shield. You don't. It just doesn't happen. But you know, we make our way to a shuttle, and then we realise you need to get codes and activate the reactor. So, on the way to the reactor, you meet this Twi'lek. You know, he's like, I'm going to go over the side quests of this entire planet later. But this guy, we're not going to wait. We're going to have to talk about him now, because we want to get the worst bits out of the way. You can leave him, so he'll just stand there. You can kill him, dark side points, or you can help him escape the base. Now, like I said, killing him, dark side, leaving him, just leaves him. But if you have a conscience, my God, you best have the patience of a saint. This man, if you choose to help him, it's like inflicting torture on yourself. Now, if you never played, you think, how bad could it be? You know, how bad? We killed everything, I've turned off the gas, I'll just run to the end of the base, he'll leave. How bad could it be? This man gets stuck on air. It's like walking around with glue. He's dragged into walls, he gets stuck. Useless, so you have to move back and hope he'll move, and then he'll run with you. You can try and run in a pattern where, you know, he won't touch the walls, but he gets stuck in the air. And occasionally, he'll just not move for any reason. Like his legs just broke, and he will stand there, and you'll have to aggressively keep running back and forth to him. Like you're playing some shit game of tag, except you're the only person tagging. It doesn't make any sense. But basically, after about 10 minutes of trying to get this guy to the door, and I do mean this seriously, it'll take you a good 10 minutes for him to run, you get nothing. You get a thank you, Kreia calls you a silly cunt, and you know what, she's right. If you decide to do this mission, again, after you've done it once, you are a silly cunt. It's stupid. Now this level, you know, it is just a dungeon crawl. You get what you need, you fight a boss, so the big giant robot, and then you leave. Because you have to kill the robot before you can leave. Just how it is. But yeah, no, once you leave, you have a scene with the HK units, and they see that we've gone to the polar region, so they're going to go attack us. Which, you know, they'll transition us into the polar region. Now, another cutscene plays out. HK units, they've somehow got here before us. God knows how that's happened. But, you know, no one should be here, yada, yada, yada. We get shot down. Because, you know, they can just teleport, and they're everywhere, apparently. Even though the droids themselves say, no one goes to the polar region, apparently they were just there. But now we're going to have to fight 3 HK units, you know, with our original trio, because Bayodor's having a fucking power nap. We find a little door, the only thing on the entire thing, a little mound, and we enter the academy. Instantly we're told to yield our weapons, and we are locked up again. So there's a pattern here, you get locked up a lot, it's fun. Basically, Kreia does a Jason and just fucks Anton's head, and then, you know, he kind of yields to Yeya. Yeya? Boys, it's been a long day. He yields to Kreia. And then we realise, oh, this guy's done some shady shit. That's all we know. But basically, we then go meet Atris. We finally meet another Jedi. Hooray. She calls us a piece of shit and a failure instantly, so, you know, already off to a great start. She calls us a planet killer, that she hates us, and that every Jedi is dead. Yeah. Great. First Jedi we meet, we've been called a cunt. But yeah, no, she basically goes, fuck off, don't come back. This is all your fault, stay away. And you think, big academy, secret, must be great. It's a dead area, so dead. All you can do here is fight the handmaidens, except Brianna, the one handmaiden you take with you, because, you know, fun, because, you know, discrimination. And, you know, it's to be fair, it is actually kind of challenging to beat the final level when it's 7-on-1. So you know what, it is nice. If you've leveled properly, you have a good challenge. If you've not, you'll never beat it. That's just how it is. You can also talk to Brianna, you know, before you leave. And she'll actually give you a conversation. She'll actually talk to you. She'll ask about the Force. Kreia will give her some answer, which, you know, is kind of surprising because she hates everyone except you, the exile, the playable character. T3 comes back. They tell us this guy's have shit technology. He stole all their data. but they did manage to mask their presence from the TSL. But you know, they got mugged off by a droid. But then basically we can leave the polar region, and then we don't get to return for a while. Now before I skip over to the end game, you know, spoilers, we are going to go over side quests quickly. You know, you think the side quests for a planet that I've criticised this much must be a good one in there. You thought wrong. The side quests on this planet are awful. Black market. If you do the dark side for this side quest, it's just a back and forth. You make some money, you unlock a secret store where you can buy some stuff. That's it. If you do the light side version of this quest, you finish it in about 5 minutes. Stupid. And if you didn't have fast travel in this game, on this planet, because you can fast travel, which is a nice touch, the dark side of that side quest takes you so long. But luckily you can just teleport everywhere, which is nice. Now, all the other side quests, to a degree, are linked with the main quest. And you can't even do them without, you know, going to a different planet. The fuel crisis. You've got to complete Nar Shaddaa to do that. Bar-2 Rem side quest. You don't get a good conclusion. The murderers, or the people that Czerka hire. If you don't trigger that quest early enough and know to go to Czerka's HQ where there's the murderers, so if you're siding with the Euphorians, it's so easy to miss this, because once you don't do it, they won't be on the service, so you can't finish it. It is awful. But yeah, the last notable side quest, obviously, is a man. You want to go free his ex-missus because she's now a slave dancer. You can pay her off, you can keep her as a dancer. But either way, she leaves this man. Like, she just dumps him, bro. And, you know, there's just no payoff unless you keep her a slave. And that means she's just dark side. And apparently, according to the community, dark side's bad. But, you know, hey, you think we're done with Telos, we don't got to go back. Surprise, surprise, yes you do. The penultimate planet is Telos. So, the second planet you visit, and the second last. Hey ho, great. So, you know, we go back to the polar region, we got to fight Atris, who's now dark side, by the way, that's great. If you are a male, or if you're using the Disciple Handmaiden mod, you play as Handmaiden, and you have to be very careful here. So if you kill any of her sisters, dark side points, the game gets angry at you. So you have to hit them to like 5% health, which, you know, if you're quite overpowered, that's quite hard to do. But yeah, you basically either knock them out or kill them all, and then you then fight Atris, who then you beat, and she'll just knock you out. No good payoff there. She'll just go lightning, go brr, and you are down. But then basically, the playable character arrives, the XL arrives, and basically you slap her about. She runs off. You chase her. She gives us a breakdown of why we're pieces of shit, and you slap her again. And then you can have a nice long dialogue with her. She'll tell you all of Krea's plans, why she's been collecting all the knowledge. And she tells you where Krea's gone. She's like, she's gone to Malachor, yada yada yada. She realised she's been played. This and that. You can kill her, you can leave her, it's up to you. But, you know, then we got to go back to the Telos station. Yay, fun. But before you do that, you actually have a mission with HK. Assuming you have the, you know, restored content mod, which if you're normal, I assume you do. But basically, one single HK-47 unit will destroy all the HK-50s, take it over, and become king of the HK-51s. Just because he's that fucking Chad. Now, when we return to our playable character, we get help from all the people that we've sided with in the game, which is actually really fucking cool. So, if you go to Onderon, you have the choice between Vaklu and the Queen. If you side with the Queen, you get the Queen soldiers. You side with Vaklu, get the Vaklu soldiers. On Dantooine, if you side with the militia, you get the militia. If you side with the mercenaries, you get the mercenaries. It's actually kind of cool, that bit. It's a nice touch. But essentially, the biggest allies, surprise surprise, are Mandalorians and the TSL, who are hard-coded to be here, which is probably why they're the big important ones. But essentially, we fight. There's a pattern here in Telos. We fight, move a few meters, we fight again, we move to the next area, we fight, and rinse repeat. But essentially, we just fight all the way through the Sith till we fight Nihilus. But, you know, I'm not going to be going over that because it's not technically in Telos, and it's actually quite a cool fight. And I'm going to go over why Telos is bad, and that doesn't fit my story. Anyway, guys, to conclude, overall, we have spoken a lot about Telos. And you may think, a few thousand words, how can it be that bad? You could remove all talking from NPCs on Telos. And honestly, I think you'd have the same experience. All the characters shown to be idiots, incompetent, especially Slusk, who, you know, instead of... He's seen you kill everyone, and he's like, I'll fight you anyway with my 2 turrets. It's stupid. Every character is one-dimensional, you don't feel an attachment. The Telos service gives you a below-average companion, useless ability. It's only good to carry up parts of the story forward. It's a forced area, it's slow to get through, it's about 15 minutes too long, with its only side quest being broken as fuck with that Twi'lek. Honestly, one of the redeeming factors obviously about this planet is, you know, HK being fucking Chad as fuck. And, you know, the fact that, you know, you get your allies helping you on the, you know, one of the penultimate missions and stuff. Well, not penultimate, but, you know, one of the last missions, you know, you get all your allies from the previous planets to help you, which is cool. But honestly, you could have thrown this on any planet, it wouldn't have made a difference. You could have done this all on Dantooine, Nihilus comes back because the Jedi have regrouped there and stuff like that. So, you know, the fact that it's Telos, it feels like there's no good reason other than the fact there's a secret academy that he's just believed at face value. The Atros battle, underwhelming, cliche, it's what you'd expect. Jedi turn dark side, you know, wannabe Anakin loses. Honestly, if the Handmaiden wasn't, in my opinion, the best companion or one of the best companions, video on that on a tier list, gotta plug everything. Honestly, I would have said it's worse than the surface, but you know what, you get a good companion out of it, we'll take it. The build up to Ravager is obviously, like I said, is extremely good. And just, you know, before we forget, a little side note, you do get KOTOR 1 Carth Bastila back, which again is nice, but once again could have just been done on any planet, it didn't have to be Telos. But no, I mean, honestly, the fact that we only like this planet because it brings back great characters isn't a good thing for the planet. It shows you how bad it truly is. But yeah, no, guys, that is why Telos, in my opinion, worst planet on the game. But let me know your opinions, obviously, down below. Comment section always open. I always like to reply to my comments. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.